Welcome to Envisioned Broadcasting Radio, your station for empowerment, music, and talk radio. EB Radio presents Empower Hour with Jaresha. A show that shares the stories behind the journeys of leaders, influencers, and motivators. The Empower Hour with Jaresha begins now.
Hello, and welcome to Empower Hour with Jaresha. I am your host, Jaresha Moore-Smith, and a little bit about myself. I am a best-selling author with over 19 years of combined experience in education, finance, healthcare, business management, development, and sales. CEO and founder of Empower on Purpose, LLC, where we provide leadership training and personal professional coaching and consulting services. Certified coach, speaker, and trainer with the John Maxwell team, and owner of Envision Broadcasting radio station. If this is your first time tuning in, I'm so happy that you are tuning into the show. I want you to know that I truly believe that you have the power to be great, to have great, and to do great. You just have to be willing to unleash your greatness and take action. So on this show, I speak with leaders, motivators, and influencers who want to share their stories and journeys to empower the world for growth and success. Every week, we take a look at an empowerment quote and we ponder how it can empower us for success. This week, I hope you're ready for the empowerment quote this week. I'm truly excited. So the empowerment quote this week, it simply says, the most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. By Alice Walker. What I want everyone to know is that you have power. You are absolutely amazing. You have the power to be, do, and have what you want. You are created for greatness. So today on the show, I really want to challenge you to get to know yourself better. I want to challenge you to discover how you can empower yourself to succeed every single day. I want to challenge you to stop getting in your own way, because we do that, right? We do that so much. So I want to challenge you on this show. You see, I truly feel like we fail to understand that the person that we look at in the mirror is the one who truly has the power. Yet we continue to remove that power from her. So before we end this show, I truly want you to just take your power back. You know, I want you to ask yourself, how can you empower yourself to succeed? Now, I know it seems like a loaded question, because it is. It truly requires you to know what to do when you don't feel like doing anything. It requires you to get to know you better. It requires you to step outside of the comfort zone that fear and self-doubt has put us in for so long, right? So when we empower ourselves, or when you empower yourself, it gives you power to take the will of your life, to be in charge of your life, to pursue those important things and live a fulfilled life. You know, life is going to hit you hard and fast. And I like to think that 2020 hit us all hard, pretty hard. And many of us suffered, suffered so much loss, business loss, and so many other losses. For most of us, our whole world literally came crashing down. And that's when we have a tendency to feel helpless. And those are the times that self-empowerment needs to kick in. You know, there's this idea that, that there's one can have perfect control over, our life. And honestly, There is no such thing as perfect control over life. It's truly impossible. What is possible is your power to control things that determine the quality of your life. The purpose of self empowerment or, truly empowering yourself is not to have that perfect control over your life, but it is to use it for important areas of your life. You see, when we think about self empowerment, it truly comes with the self awareness and self confidence and action. And self awareness gives you the chance to assess yourself realistically. It enables you to know your strength and your weaknesses in those areas that you need to improve, to live a successful and fulfilled life. Self awareness helps us focus our energy, resources, and our time towards maximizing our chances of success. I believe that when we empower ourselves, it really helps us boss up. It helps us build on self success. It helps it helps you accomplish a lot of things in your personal and professional life. It helps you build on that self success faster because you can only set goals and take action and do those effective steps if you feel confident in yourself and in your abilities to get things done, right? This confidence is determined by how empowered you think you are. Self empowerment is having the ability to face what life throws at you. It's having the ability to face those problems in your life head on and to stop allowing them from weighing you down. When you empower yourself, you consciously develop yourself behaviorally, technically, and emotionally. When you empower yourself, you become more constructive. And instead of joining, those bandwagons of critical people, those negative people, and the negative people that whine, complain, and make excuses. So when you empower yourself, you look for opportunities of solutions. You look for opportunities to level up, to boss up, to build on self-success. Truly, when we empower self, it honestly prevents us from slipping into the negative thought process or continuing to slip into that negative thought process. And it helps us become more positive, optimistic, and really participate actively in finding solutions to those issues and those problems that we have in our life. When I tell you self empowerment or empowering yourself is so very important. It's so very important for you to believe in you. And it makes me think about, self-image, because when we think about self-image, most of us think about just the physical appearance and how we view ourselves, like when we look at ourselves. But it's how you view life generally, and from your experiences and the lessons that you've learned from. We have the negative and the positive self-image, and honestly, the difference between the two, it's all in how confident you feel in yourself. Now, whether we realize it or not, how we view ourselves defines so many aspects of our lives and our daily interactions. Any given situation presents us with an opportunity to manifest whatever beliefs we have about ourselves. Becoming aware of how you define your self-worth, to me, is the first step to improving it. And so I think that we truly have to be willing to place our focus on cultivating this awareness before we're able to, move forward or really think about bossing up, as I like to put it. Um, I am a firm believer of asking ourselves key questions. I truly believe that every single day we should wake up asking key questions, and then before we go to bed at night, and that's with the reflection and asking ourselves those key questions for reflection on the day. But when you think about really empowering yourself, you have to ask yourself, what is your current belief about your self-worth? And why is it that you believe that? And then how do you feel like you could improve? Now, I will tell you, and you've heard this, I know, millions and millions of times, and I'm going to tell you that I'm going to say it to you because it's so important. You have to believe in self. You have to believe in you. I think that we throw that around just, like it's no big deal. You have to believe in you. And that's for everything. To empower yourself, it is all about believing that you can do what it is that you feel like you can do. You can do what you want to do. You can be who you want to be. You can have what you want to have. But that all starts with you believing in yourself. Believing in yourself has to do with how you see yourself, how you view your potential, and how you measure your value. Now, all of these things create the life that I feel that you will live, that translates into how you truly boss up every single day. How you boss up in your life, how you boss up in your business. It's all about how you believe in you. Have you ever thought about how much power you hold over your life? Honestly, do you know that believing in you places you in a clear path to success? Oh my goodness. I truly just I wish you that is listening right now just recognized and understood the power that you have. And how believing in self is so important. At the end of the day, think about it like this. If you're not going to give your 100%, I like to say 150%, or any effort at all, and if you do not believe in your ability to do something, think about that. How in the world do you expect someone to believe in you or in your ability to do something? By not believing in yourself, your chances of success or achieving your goal is greatly reduced. So I know that right now, many of us are, we struggle with being motivated. You may be struggling with procrastination. But at the end of the day, it all comes back to, do you honestly believe that whatever that thing is that you want to do, do you believe that you can do it? Believing in your ability to boss up is the first step towards taking action over your life. And if you have a business, then it's the first step in taking action over your life and your business. You cannot do very much if you do not believe in your skills, your passions, and your abilities. If you do not believe in your power to boss up, again, I ask you, why should anyone believe in you? Because the reality is, you must believe in yourself first. Think about it like this. It is you who will take those risks, those opportunities, in those chances that are truly born out of the belief that you are valuable for your personal and business growth, and that you are valuable and you are deserving of them. It is you who will make that business decision or that life decision to invest. And it's based off of your belief in your ability to boss up. You will pursue those bigger goals based on your belief that you can achieve them. You will lead others with the confidence and the vision because you know how great you can be. You know you can build on self success effortlessly because you believe in yourself. Empowering yourself, again, I say, is so very, very important in life, in business, every single day, especially if you are one who has said, you know what, growth is so important. And truthfully, growth should be important for everyone that's listening. Learning how to believe in yourself and building on self success truly has to do with growing your confidence in your abilities to get those things done. It has to do with loving yourself and loving every part of you that makes you unique. Oh, it has to do with y'all hear me, loving yourself. You know, I feel like when you love yourself and you believe in yourself, you become more optimistic about the future and the goals that you set. And you do all of this without fear because you know you will achieve them. You feel incredibly uplifted and more satisfied with life. You recognize your power to accomplish those goals. When you believe in yourself, it makes a huge difference. You know, I want to say this because I truly believe that self-confidence and empowering yourself goes hand in hand. And we know that there are many successful people today that started perhaps with little or no self-confidence, but they made a conscious effort to be better, to do better, to believe in their abilities, and it worked for them. It's not magic, people. It's not magic at all. Believing in yourself and building on that self-success it's not rocket science either. It is something that you practice consistently. And then you can, so practice, you continue. It's a process. You continue to empower yourself. Yes, some days are better than others, but guess what? You continue to get back up and keep it moving, and you never stop. It's all about filling up your mind with positivity, being true to yourself, and living your life with high values and aspirations. Michelle Obama once said, always stay true to yourself and never let what someone says distract you from your goal. Are you staying true to yourself, or are we distracted? Are you distracted from your goal? Are you staying true to who you are? Are you staying true to your purpose? Are you staying true to your greatness? Or are you allowing someone or something to distract you from your goal? Again, I started this show by saying I was going to challenge you. So again, I challenge you to ask yourself, are you being true to your purpose? Are you being true to letting your greatness shine every single day? Or are you distracted? And what has gotten you distracted from your goal? Now, we allow so many things to come into our lives to distract us. to make us feel unmotivated, and to the point where, you know what, we start procrastinating, and that thing, that goal, that dream that we were working on gets put on the shelf, and then it gets pushed to the back of the shelf. Y'all know how we do when it comes down to those things. It's like out of sight, out of mind. You have to stay true to who you are. And that means empowering yourself. I truly believe that we have to empower ourselves first before we can empower anyone else. And how you do that, it's a journey. It is a process, but it's showing up for yourself every single day. It's staying true, like Michelle Obama says. It's staying true to who you are. And not letting anyone distract you from that goal. It's believing that you can and you will. And it's taking those action steps. Now, I know that we have a tendency to get so overwhelmed, and I can throw my hand up and say, I have been there. I have done that. I have had to check myself. I have had to reevaluate, like pull back. This is too much stuff on your plate. It's too much, and you need to focus. You need to refocus. And I think it's perfectly fine to do that, to have those moments when you realize, you know what, how this started so good, but then it started veering off to the left, and I need to bring it back. I need to reevaluate. I need to reevaluate what's going on. I need to refocus so that I can bring it back and start working on me. Start working on my dream. Start working on that goal that you've been wanting to accomplish. The hardest step in the journey on building that self-success, or truly empowering ourselves, is finding the confidence to learn how to grow from the present position that we're in. So that's looking back at, a lot of us think back to the past and say, you know what, I have failed. It's that fear that comes in that really keeps us stagnant from moving forward when we need to be moving forward. It's recognizing that you are here, but that does not mean that you cannot push forward. It's recognizing where you are right now, and then where you're wanting to go, and what it's going to take for you to get to where you want to go. Once you know the path that you need to follow, that goal, that larger goal, becomes easier for you. But nothing gets started without you believing in yourself and empowering yourself to boss up. Believing in yourself gives you the courage and the confidence to take immediate action on your goals. So what's stopping you? What is stopping you? Don't sell yourself short. Don't sell your abilities to empower yourself to achieving that dream and goal. Do not sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short because of these self-limiting doubts, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Those limiting beliefs. Oh my goodness, we all have those limiting beliefs. We all have that negative self-talk that shows up, and I like to say that they show up at our front door. We invite them in, and often it's okay. You can sit down and what is it, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? We are literally all day long having that negative self-talk with ourselves. Often it's not just ourselves having the negative self-talk, but it's other people that's feeding into that as well. We truly all fall into the cycles of the negative self-worth. And that's because we invite those limiting beliefs in, like I said, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We literally invite them in to sit at our table. And let me just say this, and let me just put it on out there, because when we think about those limiting beliefs, it's not, it's not just about, I feel like I'm not good enough. It could be, as far as from a personal level, it could be from a business standpoint, it could be your job, your family, your relationship, your finances. And the fact of the matter is, the more that you assert those negative beliefs, the more that you assert the negative self-talk, the more it becomes your reality. So stop saying you're not good enough. Stop saying you're not smart enough, that you don't deserve it, or you'll never get this, or you don't have the resources. Let me tell you, there is no way, when I think about my own journey, there is no way I would have ever launched my own podcast, my own radio show, and certainly a radio station if I had have kept asserting those limiting beliefs. Oh, I said I can't. Oh, there's no way I can do this. There is no way. I don't have the resources. See, when you know the emotions that is making you doubt yourself and your abilities, it helps you gain control over them. And so that is exactly what I had to do. It was the fear that was stopping me. And I like to believe it's the fear that's stopping you. But again, it's having that conversation with yourself, and not the negative one. It's having that conversation and recognizing exactly where you are in the things that you're saying to yourself that is stopping you. Remember when I said that, we have a tendency to get in our own way? Well, those limiting beliefs is exactly that. It is stopping you from moving forward. You have to get rid of those limiting beliefs about yourself in order for you to empower yourself. See, I believe that you will come out victorious because you will move through those trying moments, and you will come out a stronger and better person. But you have to get clear. You have to recognize that thing for what it is. Those negative beliefs, the negative self-talk. You have to recognize it for what it is. And when it happens, stop yourself. Stop yourself right in your track and say, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm not going to say I'm not good enough, because I am. So it's turning that around. I truly believe that breaking out of these beliefs, I know it can be hard, because when you have practiced the negative self-talk for so long, it is truly an unsettling experience. And many of us choose not to do the work in order to avoid this discomfort. This is where I say we have to take our power back. Practice, practice, practice the positive self-talk. You have to invite those empowering words and thoughts in. I am a firm believer of affirmations as well. And so if you know that you are one to just have all kinds of negative self-talk throughout the day, guess what? Practice this exercise. The next time you hear yourself, or next time you hear yourself saying these negative things about yourself, grab you some kind of paper or some kind of index card and write it down, tally it. How many times a day do you think you're practicing that negative self-talk? And then get in the habit of turning that negative self-talk around to something positive. So like I said, if you hear yourself saying, you know what, I can't do that. Boom, right then and there, stop it and turn it around. I can do it. Matter of fact, I can and I will. Once you start recognizing how often you are, engaged in the negative self-talk, it will make a huge difference. It will make a huge difference because you recognize that this is what you're doing every single day, and you cannot empower yourself with negative self-talk. So I actually started telling myself, I am successful. Again, it's practicing those affirmations. I am successful and I have a successful podcast. It's turning around that, oh, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this, or I can't do this, to I have a successful international internet radio show and podcast. And it's going to empower others for growth and success. And you know what? Because I did switch that negative around to positive, that's exactly what happened. So it is very successful. But it all started with recognizing that I needed to empower myself. And you have to empower positivity, that positive self-talk. Absolutely, you have to empower that. So, empower yourself. I'm telling you guys, it truly makes a huge difference. It truly, truly makes a huge difference in what you do from a day to day. I will also tell you, I've spoke about the whole fear thing, and that fear thing is so real. It's so real because often we don't feel empowered. We feel unmotivated because of the fact of fear. I would encourage you to take on your fears. Take on your fears. When you truly believe in yourself, you know that, the emotions of fear and anxiety are just there to push you into action and not meant to really drag you back. So when you believe in yourself, when you empower yourself, you turn your fear into action. I believe that you can face your fears. You can face your fears. And when you face your fears, that means you're going to believe in your ability to achieve anything that you desire. And in facing our fears, we often have to let go of some of the things that's in our past. Don't hang on to things that no longer serve you. I'm going to say that again because I think you missed that. Don't hang on to things that no longer serve you. So it's that whole notion of letting go. What are you still holding on to that is stopping you from empowering yourself? What are you still holding on to? And it's okay to write those things down. I really feel like writing is very therapeutic. It allows you to get things out of your head and on paper. Write down those things that are no longer serving you. Each month, I actually make a list of it's 3 different categories. So I'm looking at a growth category. I'm looking at a eliminate. So those things that I want to eliminate. And then I'm looking at a connection. What are the connections I need to make? But I really want to circle in on the growth and eliminate categories in the list that I'm looking at. What are those things that, what areas am I trying to grow in my life for this month? And then eliminate. That is so key and so important because with growth, as we grow, there are times that we have to be willing to let go of things in order for us to grow. And a lot of us, that means letting go of that comfort zone that we have found ourselves stuck in, continuing to be stuck in and living in and being so comfortable in. We have to be willing to let those things go. Sometimes it means letting go the people that's in our lives that may no longer, that is, again, going back to that negativity, those people that are not serving our purpose, letting go of those things. Truly, when you empower yourself, you take the action that's needed in order to eliminate those things that no longer serves your purpose or who you are, where you are at this moment. So don't be afraid to let go. Don't be afraid to really take those fears on. What are the things that are stopping you? Make a list. I am a huge list person. I know you guys have heard me talk about this before. I really believe there is power in list. And I am one that it has a list for a list for a list. I love lists because it's something that you can always come back to, and you also can mark things off as well. So don't be afraid to write down those things that that you fear, that you're trying to move past. I think that is super, super and important, especially when you're trying to empower yourself or really wanting and needing to empower yourself. So, at the end of the day, as I mentioned, it is a cycle. It's definitely a cycle. And I feel like we have to break the cycle. And that's through being intentional and just practicing every single day to really start those action items that's going to empower yourself. So you've heard me say before, think on paper, keep a journal, a notebook of for everything. I am all about categorizing notebooks and everything else. So I have a notebook that I actually label for different things in different areas in my life, that when I need to journal about different things, I pull that particular notebook and refer back to notes, and then, begin writing. But the importance of you right now is to know that you need to empower yourself every single day. And you need to, I'm a huge planner as well. So what is your plan for empowering yourself every single day? We like to say we all want success. We all want to be, living in our greatness. However, do you have a plan? And again, to me, I feel like it all starts with you being able to empower yourself. So if you have a goal, you have to empower yourself, right? You have to empower yourself in order to take the action steps. You have to empower yourself. You are so important in that equation, and not just taking action, because if you don't feel like doing it, guess what? You're not going to do it. So, I mean, of course, your why and all that, I mean, that plays a huge part in getting things done and really accomplishing your goals. But what I need you to understand is that it all starts with you. It starts with you and you believing that you can do it. You believing that you have the power to be, do, and have what you want in life. It all starts with you. So, as I said, make sure you're making your list. Make your list. Make your list. I will continue sharing things about just different lists that I like to create, things that, I feel like is beneficial for me. And I love sharing with you all, because I truly feel like it's something that's going to empower you for growth and success. So I will definitely continue sharing those lists with you. I will also tell you that from a self-esteem point of view, if, and again, this goes back to making those lists. If you have that positive self-esteem, which is amazing, that's great. But a lot of us struggle with, having that negative self-esteem. And so I definitely think that when we think about the list that we need to make a list of your best qualities, your best personal qualities. And I think that this is a great exercise for you to do, that'll help you empower yourself. And so I say, start writing, pull out that notebook, and don't stop writing until you have 100 positive things about yourself. And then spend time reading those. Spend time reading that list and reminding yourself of your value every single day. It's so important. It's so important. My goodness. So I truly hope that today has been very beneficial. I can go on and on when it comes down to empowering self. And this will be one of many shows that will talk about empowering yourself and how important it is, and how we truly have to take that power in believing in self, because that is what is required in order for you to live in your greatness, in order for you to be doing have what you want in life. It's all about you. So thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's show. If you are interested in starting your own show or being a guest on the show to share your amazing story and journey to equip, encourage, and empower others for growth and success, please email envisionedbe@empoweronpurpose.com. Please tune in next week where you will hear an amazing story and journey from another leader, influencer, and motivator. Until next time, stay safe and be blessed, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Thank you for listening to the Empower Hour with Jaresha, where Jaresha speaks with leaders, influencers, and motivators who share their journey in personal and professional growth, empowerment tips, lessons learned, and keys of success that will empower you to your best self. Follow Jaresha on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Jaresha Moore, and visit www.empoweronpurpose.com. Remember to be intentional and be empowered, and have a great day on purpose.